Hi Wildcats, this is the pre-lab video for Unit 4 Focus Question 2 lab activity, chillin' with Charles, because I mean, who wouldn't want to chill with someone that cool? This is a TGAM-TURB lab, and so we have seen that there is a force between two charged objects, whether they be like or two like charges or opposite charges, and so we are investigating what causes that. And so what we want to know is how do different variables affect the electric force that an object experiences? Okay. And so your group is going to get one of the variables. It will either be distance or charge strength. And then you are going to design a procedure to determine how does changing that variable affect electric force. And then we'll do graphical and mathematical models and share our results. Okay, so the procedures are here. It runs a little bit on the next page, and here are the questions that you'll be expected to discuss. You can read through this, but I wanted to show you the kind of website that you'll use. So linked on Google Classroom is this lab, Coulomb's Law. I think it's just easier if you use the macro scale, just numbers wise. There's a little less unit conversion. But if you love unit conversion, you can use the atomic scale. So when I come in here, here is the setup. You can see there's a couple things that I am shown right off the bat. One is distance, and down here, and I can move these guys back and forth. Either one moves, as well as I can change the magnitude of the forces. A few things to note. One, this ruler's in centimeters, and we know distance is not the standard unit for distance is not centimeters, so any values we record will have to convert. And then the charges of these are in micro. That funny U is micro, so microcoulombs. So you'll need to convert to coulombs. And in the lab procedure, I have given you the relationship or the equality of microcoulombs to coulombs for your unit conversion. So you should set up a procedure depending on the variable that you have. Right here, you will see that we want to make sure force values is checked. It is by default. And then this is the value of the force between them. And so you can see we just need one of these because it's the same, right? So if right now the distance with these distance and charge values, there's a force of about 155, 156 newtons from this object on this one, and then it's the same from this one on this one. So they're equal. So we would just use one of those values. You can change the charges. So if I wanted to make Q1, charge 1 here, more negative, I can move it this way, and now it becomes more negative. If I wanted to get two positive charges, I would bring it over here. And so now I've got 6 plus 6 and plus 8. Please also note the direction of these. So you noticed, right, these are two like charges, so the arrow is pointing away. This is the direction. And so in your data, you'll have to have some way decide on how you want to represent that sometimes the charge is away, and if I make them two like charges now, the charge is towards. So how would you represent that as you collect your data and then graph it? So that is pretty much it. As for distance, as I showed, you can move both of these guys. If you are doing charge, then distance would obviously remain constant, and you would just change charge values. Please keep in mind you can set these to 0, and when there's 0, there is no charge. So I hope that helps. If you want, these numbers can at times get big, so you can change it to scientific notation if that's more convenient for you, but you do not have to do that. I hope that helps as you kind of start thinking about how your group is going to design this. Consider what your independent variable is, your dependent variable, what variables are you going to make sure you hold constant so that and that are not changing as you go through this. What data are you going to collect? As I said before, how are you going to show that the charge might be away or the might be towards? I'll give you a hint. You can't use words because you're creating a graph. So I hope this kind of helps as you work on setting this up, and I look forward to our discussion on this.